Hey guys, what's up? JK with PornReboot here, and today I'm going to talk about infidelity. There is absolutely no doubt about it. We live in a highly sexualized world. When I was growing up, divorce, while becoming more common back then, carried a certain amount of stigma with it. Today, it's mentioned in passing as if every adult is expected to have experienced it. And infidelity has become the norm. Let's just call it what it is, okay? Now, common sense tells all of us that men and women are going, beyond the agreed boundaries of their relationships more and more often than is actually being reported by statistics. And while men and women have stepped out of, their relationships throughout history, it has never been easier to do so than today. And the sophistication of technology and apps can keep a partner in the dark for years. It can be a very scary, distrustful place for anyone who desires a committed partner. For that reason alone, I argue that at no other time in history has the ability to maintain a committed relationship without sacrificing your masculinity been more important for men. As an addiction recovery coach who works with men dealing with sexually compulsive disorders such as porn addiction and sex addiction, I spend a lot of time talking to men in committed relationships about their sexual feelings towards other women. These discussions range from whether watching porn without their partner's knowledge is considered cheating, all the way to their guilt or lack of guilt at the prospect of having sex with other women outside the agreed upon boundaries of their relationship. Now, all of these are valid topics, but today I'll be going straight for the jugular, okay? I'm going to be addressing men who in one way or the other are justifying or have already justified their infidelity. Now, whether the path to your stepping out begins with pornography or chat sites or hookup apps or webcam sex, a coworker, or straight up meeting women on business trips, there are a few things you need to know. There are, in my coaching experience, 4 main reasons why men turn to infidelity. The first is you are unsatisfied with your relationship. Now, maybe she never lost that bit of weight she gained during her pregnancy. Or maybe she doesn't support your new idea. Perhaps you want to start a business on the side and eventually quit your job and she's not supportive. Maybe she's just not interested in sex anymore. That's very common. Or she's too focused on her career. Perhaps you feel she's spending too much time having cocktails with her newly divorced girlfriends. Either way, this wasn't what you signed up for. And you're not pleased with the situation, and so infidelity becomes a very, very tempting option to kind of help you deal with your unhappiness or your dissatisfaction with your situation. The second reason is that you have low self-esteem. So you don't feel attractive, you don't feel masculine, you don't feel desirable or as successful as you should be. And you also don't possess the know-how to build up your self-esteem. So you gravitate towards other forms of validation. You're the guy spending money in the, private video chat room online. You're the one who's always in the private VIP room of the strip club. You're the guy visiting the high-class escort or playing sugar daddy to a younger college-age mistress on the side. These women make you feel desirable. They make you feel wealthy and special. The third reason is you're an asshole. I'm kind of kidding. You're a narcissist. And from day one, you knew that you were going to break your vows, but you didn't care because that's just you. So you have zero empathy. Now, you may have been a player back in the day, but let's say social pressure or some other circumstance forced you into marriage. And now you spend your time defending your decision to step out, or rather you spend more time defending your decision to step out than you do caring about the reaction of your partner. Fourth is you are severely addicted to porn or sex. So maybe you became addicted either through repeated exposure, maybe as a means of dealing with stress when you were younger, or maybe you had some childhood trauma, or that's how you dealt with emotional discomfort. But whatever the case is, for porn addicts who haven't acted out yet, I just want to let you know that it's only often a matter of time before you seek sex outside your relationship. And for those of you who are watching who are already full-blown porn addicts, you probably have already done that. Additionally, you may also be in the 3 categories that I just mentioned as well. Now, the good news is that there are many solutions for these problems, especially if you're struggling with porn and the other issues. There's therapy. You can find a very good masculine peer group, men's groups. There's recovery coaching. There are 12-step programs that can help you with this. But let's talk a little bit about how infidelity affects your wife or your committed partner. The most challenging clients in my practice are both men and women who have been betrayed. Putting my professionalism aside, as a man who lived a rather hedonistic life at the fullest before my recovery from porn addiction, I can't help but feel the pain of anybody who's been in this situation, because I've been on both ends of the spectrum, and being on the receiving end, wow, it's pretty traumatic. The biggest issue is that the trust that this person had in you is completely destroyed. Now, this may sound exaggerated, because typically what most men know of women who were maybe betrayed is that, she was hurt and she cried and, she eventually moved on from it. Unfortunately, those are the exceptions to the rule. So here an example of a few more common reactions that a partner, usually a woman, experiences when she finds out that her apparently committed partner has betrayed her. She experiences a lot of mood swings and unexplained bouts of crying. There are random nightmares. There's depression. Sometimes there's different types of addictions that they pick up, such as sex addiction or drug addiction. Sometimes there's a fear of mental illness. Like they ask themselves, like, holy crap, am I losing my mind? Sometimes there's, they keep watching their partner. They're very vigilant, going through their phones and their wallets and monitoring them. There's this obsession with predicting future infidelity, loss of motivation. Many therapists have started comparing the symptoms of these partners who experience infidelity as similar to the symptoms of PTSD. So your infidelity is going to flip the life of your partner upside down. And if you're the sort of man who struggles with low self-esteem, or you're bored in your relationship, or you got found out, or perhaps you feel guilty and you decided to reveal it, I assure you that dealing with these emotions from your partner will be a long, long journey, which many couples do not survive. Now, if you're legally married with kids, your decision may affect your finances in the form of alimony, for many years or decades to come. And one of the true tests of a man are his decisions when his integrity is under fire. We cannot deny the biological aspect of our relationships. You're a man. You are always going to experience an attraction to other human beings. You also knew that before you made a commitment. So if your excuse is that, I married early, if society or Hollywood or my family or my religion encouraged me to, if that encouraged you to make a commitment and put a ring on a woman's finger before you knew how strong the urge to have sex outside of your relationship could be, you still don't get a pass. You still have an obligation to your commitments. Now, if you are unhappy, it is your responsibility to fix it. Sometimes your partner may refuse to change, or may, exhibit behaviors that are detrimental to your happiness and the safety of you, or maybe of your children. And if a separation is in order, face her and bring it up after you've exhausted all other avenues. It's quite natural to sometimes view your unhappiness or discontent in your relationship as a burden. Something you don't deserve to be dealing with. And for a large majority of men in committed relationships, once they begin working seriously on themselves, their self-esteem, their needs, their past trauma, they start noticing that their partner aligns herself with them once again. So take a long, hard look at yourself first before you put the blame on someone else. Are you still on your path as a man? Is your mission for yourself and your family still solid? Or are you letting the foundation of your family and of your relationship erode by taking it for granted? So relationships, they take constant work, guys. And whatever the situation, your integrity and your masculinity demands that you face the battle within yourself and in your relationship squarely without taking the easy way out. I hope that made some sense. I rambled a little bit, but I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you found it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and share this with 3 men whom you feel might benefit from this. And you know what? If you've crossed the line in your relationship due to your porn addiction or your sex addiction and you're living in secrecy, reach out to me for a free call. Let's get on a 10-minute call. I'll find out whether I can help you or not. Don't let the secrecy eat you up. Don't live in the shadows with such a heavy burden. Have a great day.